Hi everybody, it's April 2018. Mark Vogt, VOGTLAND Fishing Guide and Archery Guides at Large in North Aurora, Illinois. Here to give you another lesson on the VOGTLAND shooting method, archery shooting method. It's a four-step method for allowing any recurve archer with just his fingers, a simple arrow, a simple bow, to be able to shoot with amazing accuracy at ranges from 20 meters or 10 meters all the way out to 80. Today we've got a little ball sitting out there at 20 meters to shoot at. We're going to go through the four-step process, the 4 steps of the VOGTLAND shooting method. 1, you're going to pick your gap. That gap in the back is what's going to move the elevation of the arrow from the rear of the bow, fixing the front. This is different than a compound bow, where the pins are in the front and the rear is fixed, and you're moving the front of the bow back and forth. But with the archery, with the VOGTLAND archery technique, we're using string walking, and what string walking does is fix the front of the bow and move the rear to the up and down to change the elevation of the arrow. There's no magic there. The second part of the VOGTLAND archery method is also not magic. It's Olympic archery recurve anchoring, where you're anchoring under your chin, not off to the side. The moment you anchor off to the side, you can see the arrow is tipped sideways from the direction of travel. You don't want your line of sight is one way and the arrow's tipped another. So you're always introducing parallax. You can never really be sure what the left and right travel is going to be of that arrow as it moves for different distances, farther and farther away. But with the Olympic archery recurve technique, you're anchoring directly under your chin, which means you're looking down the left side. And in the VOGTLAND technique, instead of using a pin in the front like with Olympic archery to do the rest of your alignment, your eye anchored at the rear, looking at a pin, we're actually using the tip of the arrow itself is actually your front peep sight. So in the 4 steps, you're going to 1, choose your gap. Your gap is going to be what actually determines the elevation of the arrow. 2nd, you're going to draw back under your chin. 3rd, you're going to line up the left side of the string with your eye with the tip of the arrow and put it right on the center of the target so that you're always watching the arrow, not a set of pins. You're not watching a front pin like with Olympic archery. You're not watching a front pin or multiple pins like with a compound bow. You're watching the arrow itself travel through the air because it's part of your sighting mechanism. Step 4, just a smooth release with your fingers from underneath here. That you're releasing not like this, but you're releasing like this. It's just the hinging of your fingers like a hinge to let go. Let's see what that looks like. For shooting the 20-meter target, I'm going to be picking my gap, 3 fingers. I'm going to be drawing back under my chin. I'm going to be lining up the left side of the string with the tip of the arrow and putting it right smack on the center of the target. 4, it's going to be a smooth release. Let's give it a few tries. You're going to hopefully be able to see me right here. I'm going to walk through the method. Pick my gap, draw back under my chin, line up the left side of the string with the tip of the arrow on the target, smooth release, and I got a hit. We try to do 2 more or 3 more. I've got 4 arrows, and that should be enough for today's lesson. It moved a little bit. I'm going to pick my gap, draw back under my chin, look down the left side, tip of the arrow on the target, smooth release, and it just grazed the top of the bag. It's really hard to talk and shoot at the same time. Hopefully you guys know that. Let's try one more time. 1, pick my gap, shift my fingers down. 2, anchor under my chin. 3, line up the left side of the string with the tip of the arrow with the center of the target. 4, right over the top again, smooth release. One more time, see if I can get 2 out of 4 to bounce. A ball is a very unforgiving target. Even when you just miss it, it doesn't move. But when you do hit it, it bounces up and down, and that's what's fun about it. Step 1, pick your gap, move your fingers down. You'll see that I actually use my thumb nail to measure that very accurately. Even a couple raps makes a difference. 2, draw back under my chin. 3, line up the left side with the tip of the arrow. 4, smooth release. It's too hard to talk and do this at the same time. but hopefully you saw the ball jump, so you know that the technique actually works. You'll go out and give it a try. It's not magic, it's just the innovation of combining two previously known techniques: string walking to adjust the elevation of the arrow, and Olympic recurve archery anchoring mechanism, so that you form a rear peep sight with your eye. And the last innovation, the third one actually, is my own. You're using the tip of the arrow, not a pin, as your front peep sight. Those three things together, string walking, Olympic recurve archery anchoring, and using the front of the arrow, the tip of the arrow as your peep sight, is what put together makes this VOGTLAND shooting method so popular and so accurate. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Bye.